Welcome. This is Danish, the founder of JobSkillShare.org. In this video, I am going to talk about practical cybersecurity skills roadmap for JSS premium members. The reason I say premium members because most of it is practical, and for that you need hands-on labs. Now, you don't have to be a JSS member to learn tips from this video. It is definitely going to be very beneficial if you're looking for some sort of practical approach towards cybersecurity skills, especially when you're new. Let's say you're transitioning from IT support or different non cybersecurity careers and you're looking for some sort of practical roadmap, then this video can really help to get you started. Now, at the end of this video, I'm also going to discuss that we offer coaching services, which is a little different than this specific roadmap. This is 100% designed for our members who would like to just use self-paced approach. This means you are not looking for someone to get in contact with you, someone to check your resume, or someone to guide you. You're just looking for hands-on and you want to get started today. Now let's talk about the whole practical cybersecurity roadmap. You can see it's a pretty long map. Let's discuss it from the start. As you can see on the left side, there's some information, and that's what I just talked about, that in this type of approach, you will not get assistance or coaching, or cybersecurity engineers will not be available for you. Before starting with practical cybersecurity step, I think there's one more important step before that, and that is one step at a time, and you will get there. With this type of mindset and this type of approach, you are basically looking for success. If you think you're just going to jump to something more advanced, such as cybersecurity advanced roles, because you have learned something more advanced by skipping fundamentals, by skipping the basic labs, and by skipping the sequence, you're setting yourself for stress. Stress is the biggest killer in the world. So here's the thing, you will have stress in IT for sure. But do you want high stress or do you want low stress where you can still enjoy your life and quality life with your family? If that's the case, then you need to believe in the realistic approach, and that is step by step approach. If that's not the case and you want to jump, then your chances to become successful in cybersecurity or any other practical role or any other careers is extremely slim. And even if you do, like I said, you have to still maintain your technical career from technical skills. It's not going to be certifications, it's not going to be degree, and it's not going to be even your coworkers. They will not have that sort of time and they will not take your stress. So again, this is something, the most realistic thing that I can tell you is go with the step by step approach. I think we have to at some point say enough to info grabbing or a lot of moving here and there type of thing. If you have dedicated your time to do practical things, you gotta sit down and you gotta do it. And with that, it comes patience and it comes a mind where you have to tell yourself that I need to do this for myself. So patience, step by step approach, these are the things that are going to make you successful. If any of these things are not there, then you're leading towards failure. And imagine the time you are going to waste on these labs as well. So we don't want you to do that. Make sure you make a good decision. And when you make a decision, it has to be step by step approach. Now let's talk about the whole flow and summarize it before we get into step by step details. As you can see, we're starting this whole flow of training from network fundamentals for cybersecurity. Without knowing networking, it is impossible to do any practical type of IT job in this type of career. You need to know what is IP, you need to know how network works, and you also need to know how business networks are connected with each other, because in that we use certain things like Active Directory, servers, and different type of technologies that are basically the core for any network that you need to be securing, or managing it with them, and giving them security type of services. Without that, it's impossible for you to be practically involved in a cybersecurity unless you're doing something extremely different. Next, we have Linux, and this is something you can consider this to be like a core service for your skills. Every time you have some sort of technical project, you're going to see Linux in most cases. And in this, we have also made videos on top of the lab to make it easy for our members who are new to Linux when you're watching the lab modules and doing step by step, then there is a each lab module have a video available. So it makes it super easy for you to learn from the video, and then you can do it in the lab systems. Now, sometimes people are a little they want to give a little more challenge to themselves, so they don't watch video first and then they do the lab, and that is also perfectly fine. If you have that sort of mind to learn, then you can directly go into the labs, watch modules step by step, and then if you, let's say, get stuck somewhere, then you can come back to the videos. And Linux is going to help you throughout your advanced careers. If you want to get into systems engineering later on, maybe DevOps, even security at that level, cloud security, and this is the skill that is must. Then you're really going to thank yourself that you have done Linux, because this is not going to annoy you anymore. You're not going to be that scared IT professional where you got the big job, but then you are always worried about what if something goes wrong. I don't know how to manage Linux, because you didn't do it. And somehow you got that job because of good resume, somebody helped you. So again, removing the stress part and lowering it down. You can't remove it actually, just lowering it down. Then our goal is to focus more on security side. This is what's going to make people think that you are qualified. And why are we then using these labs with CompTIA specific titles? Because the lab that you're going to complete is not only you're going to do a hands-on practice and finish the material, but you can also convert that and learn about certifications if you like to go. So you're not wasting your time. If you want to go for certification, you would have covered 70% already by doing these labs. The 30% you can just go out and kind of find out what's new in the exams, the questions. They always have new tricks and everything. People will tell you that. And that is something just passing the exam. That has nothing to do with the skill then. Now, when you finish the Security Plus lab, we think that you are going to start looking for the type of jobs where people are looking for somebody like you who's new to cybersecurity. This means that they are looking for some sort of credentials, they're looking for some sort of hands on practice, but they're willing to teach you. This is the same concept that I have been doing for the past 10 years in IT support, systems administration, network engineering, and it worked like charm. The reason for that is not a lot of people know that there are 10 companies. Out of 10 companies, 9 will reject you because they're looking for somebody more experienced. But there's this one company, they're always looking for people like you who are actually learning, showcasing passion, saying that I love to do this, I want to learn from people, and they will teach it to you. But even if they give you this job with nothing, meaning zero experience, again, you still have to do your technical job. So it's up to you. Do you want to even get this job with a lot of stress or less stress? The answer is simple. You still have to do the technical skills learning. Whether you use us or somebody else or your own self approach, whatever you do, you need to get that sort of stress and lower it down. So, what are you going to do? When you finish the Security Plus lab, you're going to go and use our template and start applying to jobs like crazy. Meaning, when I say crazy, you're going to apply to many, many, many jobs, regardless of what experience they put. If they say 1 to 2 years experience preferred, that's an apply. If they say must, required, maybe you should skip that. But in most cases, 90% of the time, people put preferred, and those sort of things we just disregard. If you have this sort of skill set, you are qualified to do that job, and you're just going to go apply, 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 apply. And that's how you're going to get one interview. Second interview, you're probably going to fail the first one. That's fine. Failure is the part of the whole thing. It's okay. You're going to learn from it. Then you're going to apply again. Then you're going to apply again. And maybe while you are learning more advanced labs, you might have landed in a cybersecurity job, and you would be like shocked. How did that even happen? It didn't happen on the fly. It was a step by step approach that I mentioned before. This is something a lot of people miss. You're already doing an approach that is going to lead you to success. It's just that you didn't know. This is how it works in IT. You gotta just go apply, 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 and making sure that you develop your skills while you're doing that. So it happens. It happens to us for the whole career. We know this stuff. The people who have experience, they know this stuff. So this is why they're more confident, and you're not doing it because you're not confident on this whole approach, this whole mindset. So we're not gonna make sure to keep you in this lab type of learning forever. We want you to apply it right here and then use the rest of these labs to develop more advanced skills. For example, the analyst is going to go into more vulnerability, identifying threats, securing things, application type of systems. These are the things because then you're going to see products and third party solutions that people will take it more serious. So if you didn't get a job at this level and you keep applying, if it's not working, then guess what? You're still going to learn. You're not going to stop your learning. So again, you're going to be doing applying when you're applying with this lab, then that means you're more confident. So your resume is going to be enhanced even more. Then you have more chances to land a job. Maybe out of 10, now 8 will reject you. When you do red team and blue team, maybe 7 will reject you. If you do pen test and everything like that, maybe 6 will reject you. So you have 4 opportunities out of 10 then. Okay? That's just an example for you. I've been doing this for the past 10 plus years. And this approach have never failed me or my members who are dedicated to finish something from start. So again, we have already put that the last 3 labs in this is about skills and it's more advanced stuff. We're not expecting you to finish all the way to pen testing and then you're job ready. No, you're job ready right here because you are gonna, like I said, approach to the companies who are willing to teach you. And then later on, don't waste your time. Continue to develop your skills because you still, again, what do you want to do again? Less stress at work. That is what our main goal is from these type of labs. So now I'm going to show you practically how you need to start step by step in the JSS platform. Step number 1, log in with your premium account and then click on roadmaps. Once you click on roadmap, go ahead and scroll down and you will find cybersecurity skills practice only roadmap. Now, the reason we call it practice only because we haven't created video for every single lab, so we don't want to mislead our members. So if you click on start, this is where you will see the same exact pathway that I shown in the diagram, and then you can get started practically now. So let's go up and check right here. So this is the fundamentals right here. When you click on it, this is going to take you to the you can read the description. Let's go ahead and start it. And you see on the left side, we have partners and our own lectures, mixed match of things. So you can see there's an introduction about networking, chapters about network implementation, operations, and network security. And then there are some labs that we want you to do on the practical devices, such as routers and switches at the basic level. So you understand some sort of networking hands-on skills. And then there is this Active Directory on the server part. So this is kind of like a warming up type of course for you as a cybersecurity professional. Now, next after this, you need to go into the Linux course, which is also we have done a full videos on the labs that you're going to perform. Makes it super easy for you to learn something more advanced where you have never used Linux. Now you're not going to get stuck in these labs, even if you're watching documentation. Everything is step by step, but you can go into these courses and then open the labs directly from this course. So let me demonstrate that. So let's say you started the Linux and then here's the introduction video. And if you scroll down and you watch all these videos, exercises, and then this is where the lab exercise will be available in each chapter. So you can go ahead and launch the lab. Then you have serve 1. So this is where you're going to see your real machines for Linux. And then there's Windows 10 available as well. On the left side, you see there's a step-by-step documentation, tells you the outcome and exam objectives as well if you want to prepare yourself for that. And everything is just step by step in these courses. So you will watch these videos, you're going to go to the second chapter and perform it hands-on. Now, another way, you can also directly click on the lab from here. Let's say you don't want to go into a course and you just want to open a lab directly. You can just click here and it will open the same lab directly in one portal. That makes it super easy for you to, okay, I was actually doing the third lab and third chapter, but I don't want to go through the videos. I'm just going to do the lab and step by step watch the documentation, and I want to learn it that way. You are free to do that. Now you see the next one, we are going to develop videos for the labs, but we haven't done it. So we're just going to put the lab right here. This is 100% self-paced. Still, you're going to learn exactly the same thing that you're going to learn from the videos. So it's available to you. There's no stopping you from learning the skills. So when you click on Security Plus, what's going to happen? A Security Plus lab will open, and these are the lab modules, exercises. You can see all of it is going to target the new certification. And this is where what we are basically saying that this is all practical approach. Now, some videos or some modules may be just text or lectures, and that is because maybe there's no way for us to create a lab for that. But in most cases, you're going to be able to get the real systems, infrastructure system like virtual machines, everything like that, VPNs, data protection. Now, in this one, maybe you may not see a lot of labs, but you know, everything has its own value in here. And then, of course, when you get to more advanced things and when you click on it, this one, as you can see, I mentioned before that that's where you're going to become more into like tools, like, for example, Splunk. These are the names that if somebody hear this in their resume or you talk about an interview, they already know what I'm talking about. They already start respecting you because of the way you present these different type of tools professionally use. And this is where when you go to the advanced labs, you're already getting into Linux. So by doing the Linux first, these type of advanced lab will become a piece of cake for you because you're not worried, you're not concerned about Linux. As you can see, this goes a little more beyond than just basics now, and that's where we are using these different type of products and labs and technologies that we know for sure that is going to help you on your resume. And not only that, remember again, what is the main focus? Less stress, because JSS is not about you landing a job only. JSS is not about you becoming a fancy engineer. JSS is mainly about how can we help you with less stress, because this is a very long careers. We want you to have a good lifestyle. Now, this is how you're going to learn it as a premium member. By finishing all these labs, you're going to be super confident, and you can also use these labs to get a completion certificate from us. We're not going to give you an official CompTIA certificate. This is basically you saying a little unique things about you when you're going to interview or your manager or you want to upskill, and you can say, look, instead of me getting a certificate, which I am going to get, I still have done some sort of real lab courses. And that is really saying something different than I did it in virtual machine. Now, who can verify that? I don't think anyone can, unless you have some sort of documentation and stuff like that or videos. But here you can verify it through us, because they will have to ask for a certificate and it has to link with our profiles. So there's a verification method. You can always come back to us and say, I finished the full lab, I have done the full lab, and then can I get a certificate? And we'll give you a certificate of completion for the lab, but only for the ones that are available in the roadmap. We have 174 plus lab. We're not going to give lab certificate for each and every single lab, because some are expired, some are not our focus type of lab. So it has to be a part of this cybersecurity lab roadmap. Now, one question may come to you, and that is, can I get a coaching? Because you mentioned about the coaching. I don't want to do all of this all by myself. I want to be led by some sort of engineer. Even though if I'm all doing all these labs, can somebody guide me or tell me if I have some, questions about career, or I get stuck somewhere? I need more tailored approach, or I need some sort of sessions where I can meet on weekends type of thing. Then we have a coaching service. We have a proper engineer, more than 7 years worth of experience, worked more than 20 plus companies. And then there are other junior engineers, and we have engineers that are way ahead in this program. So you have three cybersecurity professionals who can actually guide you, and they're working currently in the market. So these are not the people who are just going to be teaching you. They're actually working as cybersecurity professionals. For this type of service, you can go to our website, jobskillshare.org, click on coaching services, and then basically go ahead and click on this video just to understand the coaching services, how we provide our services. This is really going to break it down for you. Then you can scroll down and click on cybersecurity coaching program. And this is where you can read all about how we are covering things as a coaching program. And this type of program, we do expect you to finish some sort of security plus training with us. And that is going to be video based, simulation based, practice based. So you're preparing for actual certification. And then you are going to do some of the same labs that we are giving out to our premium members. So our coaching price also include the premium membership. So you don't have to like pay for coaching and then pay for premium. If you have already paid for premium, then you can come to us. We'll give you a deduction price, and then you can get started with the engineers. So go ahead and go through this coaching program. It's extremely powerful program, and having 3 engineers in one Discord for a long, long time is not something you're going to find in many, many platforms or programs. So hopefully I have covered almost everything about cybersecurity. If I still missed something, you're free to comment, send us email, give us a call, send a voicemail, and we are happy to help you out. Thank you.